I received a question and kind of a request for a video. Someone asked if I would reconcile how what I'm sharing jives with the expanding nature of the universe, or that the universe is expanding. While I'm happy to make a video about this, the content of the video is not likely to be what was expected. What I'm sharing is not that there's a universe which is expanding. What I'm sharing is precisely that there is not a universe, and as there's not a universe, there is not a universe that is expanding. Analogously, this would be like saying a mirage in a desert is expanding, and then explain how it is. The further one is, perhaps it seems that there is this second thing, a universe, such as this second thing, the mirage in a desert. The inspection-wise, the closer one gets, or the more within, let's say, one gets, similar to the analogy, the more that it's found there is not this second thing, a universe which is expanding, just like there is not this second thing in a desert called a mirage. Another analogy that I think points is the movie-going experience. So when you go to a movie, you sit down in the theater, and then the components are few. There's the source of the light, or the projector, and then there is the screen on which the light is projected. So really hold on to this notion that sitting in the theater, it wouldn't even cross your mind that you're in the movie, because you're watching the movie. So it would be, if the entire content of the movie, if what the movie was about was how the movie's expanding, from your vantage, sitting there in the theater, looking at a two-dimensional flat screen with light being projected on it, it would be very clear and very obvious to you that indeed the movie is not expanding. If I was to take a picture of the nighttime sky every night for a year, let's say, and then put all of those pictures into a carousel to make a slideshow and played that rather quickly so that it was like a movie, what the vantage point would be of the nighttime stars expanding away from this vantage point. So not just expanding away, but from this vantage point. Perhaps the more interesting thing is that if you did the same, if every person on planet Earth did the same, each of the movies would show that the stars are expanding away from that particular vantage point. How can that be? How does that make sense? So, light veils itself by appearing as darkness, and then, let's say, on the other side of the veil appears as two perfect spheres made only of the light that veiled itself as the darkness, and the unconditional nature of the light that is. This would be what's appearing is light appearing as if a universe, synonymous with, if you like, creation or experience. And this makes it seem as if one is inside that universe one is being, and is made of infinity. So these are infinite being. These are not two finite things. They're not more than the very same light that appears as darkness and appears as two spheres of light. Not a lesser light, not levels of light, the exact same light. The vantage is actually the same. So a picture taken from each vantage is actually from the same source, which is appearing as the spheres. So another way to bring this home recognize this in direct experience is to consider Isaac Newton as great and useful as the insight of the discovery, so to speak, of gravity was. It's actually an overlooking, it's an experience of thought attachment, believing that the thought defines perception. Only in the overlooking that this is apparent and is not a separate thing could there then seem to be separate things which fall to the center of the earth, and then there could be the thought or the labeling of that as gravity. Though it convincingly seems so, just like it would watching a movie in a theater, the appearance is of the source at the center of the earth appearing outward. So that's why it seems like there's this opposite of appearance, gravity, and thus things fall to the center of the earth. But the falling of the things to the center of the earth is the content of the movie. It's the light appearing outward from the center.